Namaste dear children, welcome to SRS online classes. This is your social science teacher Gangadhar sir. So in the previous session we have started discussion regarding the concept of human resources. So today we are going to continue the same topic, but in this particular session we will understand the role of education and role of health in creating a better qualitative population. Now what is the meaning of this term qualitative population and quantitative population? To understand these things, I will give an example. See, assume that there are two families. Okay, so family A and family B. Family A, there are 20 members, and family B, there are only 10 members. And in family A, where 20 members are living, in quantity they are more. Okay, the number is more. And when you are going to compare this family A to the family B, so they are having 10 members. In terms of number, they are very less. Okay. But if you want to know about the quality of the population, then you should look at their educational achievements, their skill, their discoveries, their hard-working nature, per capita income, and most importantly, how the people are, whether they are healthy. So what is their life expectancy? All these things you have to compare to know which is the qualitative population and quantitative population. Now I will give an example of the same family. Please concentrate and understand here. Family A, where there are 20 members, 10 of them are uneducated. Just an assumption, 10 of them are uneducated, who are doing menial work, physical work for their survival. Okay. Second important thing of family A characteristic is the majority of the family members, they are suffering from malnourishment. What is the meaning of malnourishment? See, whenever an individual fails to get required quantity of calorie, required quantity of nourishment for all-round physical and mental well-being, that is called as malnourishment. Okay. So majority of the family members, they are suffering from malnourishment, and 3 to 4 members are unemployed. Among the 20 members, 3 to 4 members are unemployed. But in family B, where there are 10 members, all are healthy. Just an assumption, all are healthy. They are not suffering from any sort of diseases. Even though there are some diseases, they can afford better medical facility. And among the 10 members, 9 are working. 9 are working, and all the people, that is 10 people, they are educated. Now, just to compare the family of these two what we call as different segments. So, family A and family B. So, which family do you think it will be a developed family? Obviously, the family B will be referred as developed family. And which family you are going to call it as, we are going to call it is having a qualitative population? Family B is having a qualitative population. So what is the meaning of that qualitative population? Qualitative population means the educated, skilled and healthy. Educated, skilled and healthy, who could add benefit to the economy of the country. That is called as qualitative population. Now the question here is, how you are going to create that qualitative population? Don't think that by the womb itself, when we people are going to take our birth, by womb itself we will be a qualitative person. Definitely not. Okay. So when we people are given education, when we people are provided skills, so when we people are taught all the important things which are required for the survival of this world, in this world, then we will become a qualitative population. Just assume that if you are not provided better nutritious food, do you think you could be healthy? Definitely not. Assume that you are not provided better education. Do you think that you will be a qualitative population or qualitative asset to the country? Definitely not. So the qualitative population is not born. The country has to make the existing people as qualitative people. How it is going to make? By providing them proper education and by providing them good health facility. Both are very important, education and health. Now, we shall understand here what is the role of education and what is the role of health in creating better human resources. Now, dear children, understand one thing. There is a story given in your textbook, a story which is related to Vilas and Shakal. Okay, I will tell it in a very nutshell. In a brief manner, I am going to explain it. Vilas and Shakal both are living in a village, and their economic condition is not quite different. Both are very poor. But the family members of Shakal, they are insisting upon whom? Upon Shakal to pursue education, and he was also a very hard-working child who had an interest towards education, and he got educated and he pursued a computer science degree from an engineering college, and he got a good job opportunity in a software company, and he started to design or he started to program new software by learning coding language. Okay, so nowadays we people see that our more youngsters, they are into this information technology. We call them as software engineers. Now another person is Vilas. The family members of Vilas, they did not give importance for what? Education. Then they engaged Vilas from the childhood for what purpose? For doing the menial works. What is that work? Selling the fish. His Vilas' mother was also a fish seller, and his father, he was also not interested in providing them better education. But compare the situation of Vilas to Shakal. Here Shakal, he had a better job perspective in the future. Why? Because he got education, he got a skill, and whenever there is education and skill, you will get a better job opportunities. Job perspective will increase. Whenever you get a better job opportunities, the income of the person is going to increase. Whenever income increases, our standard of living increases. Okay, suppose my income is 5,000 rupees, just an assumption, 5,000 rupees per month. Do you think that I will be able to eat nutritious food? We can't eat nutritious food. Why? Because the salary is very low. Now, if my salary is higher, assume that I pursued a higher degree, okay, and got a good employment opportunity in another school or another institution. There I was offered 50,000 rupees per month. 50,000 rupees per month. Now, the standard of living of me, it has changed drastically. So earlier I was not able to eat nutritious food. Now I can have better nutritious food. Whenever I am going to have nutritious food, my health is going to increase or it is going to improve. So by money, the money that I have earned, I can invest the same money on whom? Upon my children for their better education. See, this is a virtuous cycle. Please understand, dear children. This is called as virtuous cycle. Virtuous means good. There is improvement in my education. My salary is also increased. My job opportunities are also higher. Whenever there is higher income, so what will happen? So my standard of living is going to increase, and I will invest the same money to whom? To my children, and their education, their skill, their health is going to also increase. So it will continue from generation to generation. See, this is called as virtuous cycle, the cycle which is very good. Okay, then there is another cycle which we call it as vicious cycle. What is that vicious cycle? I will give example of myself. Okay, assume that I am earning 20,000 rupees per month. Now next year my earning drops, so I started to earn 10,000 rupees. Now my standard of living, my consumption of food, okay, so it will increase or it will improve or it will decrease or it will deteriorate. See, it will start to deteriorate. Why? Because the income is very less. Now it will affect whom? It will affect my children, because I am not able to spend more on their education, more on their health facility, more on their standard of living. I can't do it. Now it will affect whom? It will affect my children. So here it is what we call as vicious cycle. Vicious cycle means which is negative cycle. It will continue in a from one generation to another generation in a family. Okay, so that is why, dear children, most of all the developed nation, they are spending more money on these two aspects. One is education and another one is health, because these two things are considered as a resource. See, no matter how much resource you own in a country, if you don't have an ability or a skill to use that resource in a very better way, then it is of no use. The resource is of no use. Take example of Israel. Israel is a very small country, but it has achieved tremendous development in all aspects of life. Why? Because of the better qualitative human resource. The entire population of the Israel is 75 lakh, and you compare the population of India, it is nearly 136 crore. In every aspect, you take example of sports, in science, technology, the social issues, in the politics, in all the aspects of life, they are very much advanced than India. Why? Because of the qualitative population, not the quantity. Quantity doesn't matter, only quality matters, dear children. Okay, even if you look at the Olympic performance of Israel, they are getting more what we call as medals than India. Now, why it happens? Because of the quality of the population. Now, so here we are going to understand how this role of education and health will create virtuous cycle, not vicious cycle. If there is absence of education, if there is absence of health, then it will create what? Vicious cycle. So if there is availability of education and health, then it will create virtuous cycle. How it will create? I will explain it. See, remember another important thing, dear children, both education and health, it will not yield immediate benefits. It is not going to give you immediate benefits, but it will give you high returns when in the future. It will give you high returns in the future. So that is why we are investing on education. Okay, so you should invest on education. You should not waste on education. So here the role of education. First one is, it will increase the quality of population and job perspective. I have told you what is the meaning of quality of population. Qualitative means healthy, educated, skilled, hardworking, who can add value to the economy. That is called as quality. And job perspective is also going to increase. See, suppose I am going to complete a master degree, my opportunity for job is more. I can work in different sectors. So I can work in service sector, I can work in manufacturing sector, or either I can start a self-employment. That is primary sector. Okay, job perspective will increase when you are going to get educated. Okay, for uneducated people, the job perspectives will be less. I am not telling that uneducated people are waste or they don't have any job opportunity, but their job opportunities are less when compared to the educated people. That is why we should provide more education facilities to all the sections of the society. Okay, then it will enhance the skills. Skill means what? Skill means it is a precise knowledge. It is a precise knowledge, intelligence to do a particular work. That is called as a skill. Teaching is a skill. A doctor, so he is going to do operation. That is also a skill. A carpenter, he is having the skill because he can prepare chair. He can make chair by using the wood. Okay. A plumber, who is going to repair the what we can say, the tap. Okay, who will provide better water facilities to your home. So plumbing, that is also one type of skills, and cooking, that is also a skill. See, all these activities are called as skilled activities because it requires specific knowledge to perform a duty or to perform an activity. That is called as skills. And when you are going to learn the skills, when you are educated, take example of Shakal, he is a very skilled person. Why? He got a degree in computer science and he is best for programming. So he has created a new application or software, and through that software he is earning the money. So it will increase the skills, then encourage them to innovate. What is the meaning of innovation? Innovation means finding new things. Innovate, finding new things. Okay. For example, the present day, the world is facing the problem of corona. Now we people all do want what? We want vaccine. Now, do you think that uneducated people, they are going to provide us vaccine, or educated people are going to provide us vaccine? Obviously, educated people. Now, if the world was not so educated, if the world was not so progressed, do you think that many of the people that we are surviving, we would have survived today? Definitely not. Because we are having better people who are educated, who are innovative, who are trying to find solutions for every problem by discovering new things. That is called as innovation. Okay. See, earlier when cancer was considered as a deadliest disease, even today it is considered deadliest disease, but I am talking about 20 or 30 years ago. Whenever there was a patient who was diagnosed with cancer, the survival chance was very less. Why? Because at that time the medical technology was not so developed. Now, due to various types of new inventions, so medical field has achieved greatest development. Now, the survival chances of the cancer patients has increased. So, what is the reason for it? Innovation. Who can innovate? The educated people can innovate. Then, use of resource in a better way. See, there will be a resource, dear children. Every country will be having a resource, but only the qualitative population, they will know, they will understand how to utilize the resource in a very better way. For example, a farmer who is educated and a farmer who is uneducated. Just observe the difference between them. A farmer who is educated, he will use or she will use new kind of technologies for increasing their profit. Nowadays, many farmers are engineers. Engineers are turning into farming. Why? Because they do know how to utilize the available technology to get a better price for their product. Okay, say that is utilization of a resource in a very better way. Suppose if you are going to give 1 crore rupee to educated person, example, 1 crore rupees to educated person, 1 crore to uneducated person. See, whom do you think they will better utilize the available money? It is the educated person who will use the money in a very better way. See, that is called as better utilization of available resources. Then efficiency and productivity. Efficiency and productivity. Productivity means what? Productivity means adding something new to the existing economy. That is what we call as productivity, or increasing the quantity of the products, that is called as productivity. So, educated people are more efficient, educated people are more productive. So, for all these reasons, role of education is very important in creating better human resource. But remember, education and health, both, they will give us a benefit in a long run. In the future, it will yield high benefits in the future, not immediate benefits. Okay. Then role of health. Before understanding role of health, we should understand what is the meaning of health. Health means, in simple terms, we can say that absence of physical and mental problems, or you can also say that absence of physical and mental disorders. Don't think that only physical disability or physical problem is unhealthy. No. Even the person, if he or she is suffering from psychological issues, okay, it will be also referred as unhealthy situation. Okay. So, the absence of physical and mental problems or disorders is called as health. Now, how this healthy person are called as qualitative population? Say, assume that there are 10 members in a family and 5 of them are unhealthy. Always they are unhealthy and you need to spend more money. Expenditure is more on what? To provide them medical facility for those people. Do you think that that family is going to develop? Definitely not. Why? They are spending their income just to procure them, just to provide them the medicines. So what about education? What about nutritious food? What about saving? So what about the development aspect? So it will not happen. So they are tend to make more and more loans. They have to take more credit from other people just to provide them better medical facility, and they will be trapped in the debt. So health is another crucial important aspect of better human resource. Now, what is the role of health here? See, whenever you are healthy, your participation rate, that is work participation rate. What is the meaning of work participation rate? The total number of people, okay, the total number of people who are participating in an economic activity, that is called as participation rate. If there are 100 people, among the 100 people, if 20 people are unhealthy, what is the work participation rate? 80. 80 is the work participation rate. Suppose if 50% are unhealthy, what is the work participation rate here? 50. So among 100 people, 50 are healthy, 50 are unhealthy. So what is the work participation rate? 50 is the work participation rate. Then compare between the 80 people who are participating in economic activity and 50% participating in economic activity. Which country will develop? Obviously, we all know that the country which is having 80 people who are participating in economic activity, they will develop. Why? Because they are very healthy. There is no physical issues. There is no mental disorder. There is no any sort of problem for them. So it will lead to better productivity. So health is most important thing. And another important thing you have to remember here is better health facility will help the people to realize their fullest potential. See, assume that if you are always suffering from disorder, health disorder, physical or mental, now do you think that you can concentrate better on studies? You can't concentrate on studies. Do you think that you can achieve good physical health if you are always suffering from problems? So definitely not. If you are not having a good physical strength, do you think that you can invest your time in economic activity? It is impossible. So always remember, dear children, only healthy person is considered as an asset to the economy. Okay, I hope that you people have understood what is the role of health. And healthy person, they will be having a better ability to fight against diseases. Take example of this corona itself. Now, why do you think that all the people or all the sections of the population is not affected by this virus corona? Why some people are targeted? Why some people have been succumbed to death? Because the people who are having better immunity system. Better immunity system, how it comes? Not by taking syrup or not by taking tablets. Don't think like that way. Okay, better immunity, it will come only when you are going to have a better nutritious food. Okay, protein, carbohydrates, lipids, fats, everything has to be consumed in an equal proportion. Then you are going to have a better immunity. Whenever you are having a better immunity, so your ability, your body, it will produce more antibodies to fight against the foreign invaders, that is virus. Okay, so only when you are having better health, so you can fight against the diseases. When you are going to fight against the diseases, your work participation rate is going to increase, your involvement will increase, your productivity is going to increase. All these things are asset to the nation, dear children. I hope that you have understood what is the virtuous cycle created by role education and health. So dear children, in this particular session we have understood what is the meaning of qualitative population, how human resource or the available population can be made as qualitative population, and most importantly we have understood the role of education in creating better human resource and role of health in creating a better qualitative population. Now these three questions you are supposed to do it in your home fund with the help of your textbook. One is, what is qualitative population? Just define the meaning, enough. Then explain the role of education in creating better human resource. Okay, how education plays an important role. I have explained it in detail. And this question might be asked in a very different way. Explain the role of education in creating a virtuous cycle. Virtuous cycle and vicious cycle I have told you with the example of two different families and with the example of Vilas and Shakal that has also been given in your textbook. You can go through it. Then what is the role of health in qualitative population? These three questions are very important, dear children. So thank you for watching the session.